Hello and welcome to Hot Stuff, a talk show where the conversations are always hot and the tea scalding. We're your hosts, Jessica and Jillian, and for our first topic today, we'll be discussing the Oscars. More specifically, the Will Smith and Chris Rock altercation. Jillian, your thoughts?
I don't think anyone expected that to happen. I sure wasn't. I remember when the news first hit me, I was on TikTok at 2 in the morning after the Oscars, and I saw the memes before I saw the actual video. It's insane how quickly it was turned into a big joke online. I mean, I think all of them are pretty funny. All the edits on YouTube are great. But I remember when I first watched the actual video on TikTok, my jaw hit the floor. I was not expecting Will Smith to walk up and slap Chris Rock in the face. I mean, it just really caught me off guard. How did you react to it?
That's funny, you were like, where were you when you heard the news?
The slap heard around the world, oh my God.
I really was. I was on Twitter also probably at 2 in the morning, and I saw the pictures of it happening, and I didn't think that it was real. I thought it was like an edit somehow. I was not expecting this. I'm disappointed. The girls are fighting. Why can't we all just bake a cake of happiness and rainbows and we can all eat it and get along?
That's a dated reference now. Don't make references to Mean Girls. Not in this topic. This has nothing to do with that.
I think it was a valid reference. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
I think, this whole thing shouldn't have happened. I think both people are in the wrong, and we could have avoided this. I think the joke was, it shouldn't have been said, especially if, it's a medical condition that, hurts somebody. We should have just not joked about it, maybe. And also, we didn't need to, physically incite violence.
Yeah, like the joke wasn't okay to joke about. It's not your medical condition. You shouldn't make jokes at the expense of other people. I think punching down like that isn't okay, but I also think that acting out violently isn't okay either. I think there's lots of ways they could have handled it. The joke shouldn't have been said, but it's not okay to physically assault people either. And I'm not buying Will Smith's tears afterwards when he was awarded, he won an award and he's up there crying his eyes out. I'd like to apologize to the Academy. I don't buy that at all. I laughed at that. I thought that was stupid. It's so cheap. It's just, it's to save face at that point. Hot take, I don't care.
Well, I agree. Mm-hmm. But,
Well, next on our list of hot topics is staying in versus going out. Some people have very strong preferences when it comes to one or the other. Jessica, how do you feel about that?
I gotta be honest, at this time in my life, I'm a fan of staying in. I like both. I'm gonna say that. I like to go out with the right people. Mm-hmm. If I'm with a good group of friends, it's fun to go out, but as a person who's slightly more introverted, I gotta side with staying in.
Me too. I mean, we've known each other for a while now. I mean, I'm pretty introverted. I never really got the lifestyle, on college campus especially, just let's go out to a frat house and stand around. I mean, that was never really, I'm sure people do more things than that, but that's not my thing. Going out to the movies, going out bowling, with a group of friends, but I'm definitely more introverted. I know when you and I hang out, I know, hot topic, Jessica and I hang out after the show, despite all of our arguments. I think, what we usually do, we pick out a movie and we have, a movie night with some popcorn, and I love doing that. I'm a big fan of staying in. Going out with the right group of people, like you said, is a lot of fun. But I don't know, my social battery drains. I'm right away. I'll be out for 10 minutes and then I'm over it, let's go home. Especially with COVID, with all the COVID mask regulations and, the limited amount of people that could be in certain locations. It was more of a hassle than anything else. And I think I've kind of grown into it. I think a lot of people are, we're done with COVID, we're done with social distancing, but it's you're still trying to transition out of that idea of just stay inside, don't go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, me and Jillian watching Pretty Little Liars on a cold night in.
Pretty Little Liars, Dance Moms, Amish Mafia.
Oh, the best.
Amish Mafia is the best. Well, that's all we have for now. But after commercial, we will be right back for our next topic, discussing whether or not cheerleading is a sport, right here on Hot Stuff.
What does it mean to be a Warhawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
Learning another language.
And listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a Warhawk, I stay balanced,
Take great care of myself.
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
and I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind.
And never quit.
Because
That's the Warhawk way.
Here at UWW, we put a lot of emphasis on shaping your involvement. Involvement helps you get to know more people with similar values and goals as yourself. The Student Involvement Office can help you get involved with organizations on campus, or we can help you start a brand new one. So what are you waiting for? It's time to shape your involvement at UWW. If you'd like to learn more, stop by UC 127 or contact us at involvement@uww.edu or call 262-472-6217.
Welcome to Jitters Coffee House. Located on the first floor of the Wells Towers, Jitters is a student-run coffee lounge and offers a variety of coffee and ice cream-based drinks and is home to many entertaining programs, including live music, gamer trivia nights, and other performances. Coordinate your activity by emailing jitters@uww.edu. Jitters is completely run by volunteers who can earn service hours and even receive a free drink during their shift. Stop in tonight at Jitters Coffee House, where fun events and community come together.
Welcome back to Hot Stuff. Our next topic is discussing whether or not cheerleading is a sport. Just like our last topic, people have very different as well as varying opinions on this. Jessica, why don't you start us off? How do you feel about cheerleading being a sport?
Absolutely it is. Have you ever seen the show Cheer? Like, they work so hard and they put their all into nailing the routine every time, and like there's so much like physical movement that goes into everything. So like the way they work out, the way that they push themselves, they're athletes. Like, how can they not?
They're absolutely athletes. I think cheerleaders get such a bad rep. I think it's ridiculous. This is for all the cheerleaders out there. I don't think most of the population can do anything that you do. Absolutely, cheerleading is a sport. I think, honestly, I think the reason most people say cheerleading's not a sport, is because it's a largely female-based
I was
sport.
going to say the same thing.
I think it gets a bad rep because it's just, people look at the uniforms and they look at the hair and the makeup and they see like girls having a good time, and I think it gets a really bad rep because, I mean, lots of people have seen competitive cheerleading before. Like, the athleticism it takes, it's gymnastics, but it's coordinated.
Yes.
I think it's amazing, and I think cheerleaders don't get enough credit. Do I think they're vital to sporting events? Not really. But that was mean. That sounded very mean. I love you cheerleaders, I promise. Yeah. But competitive cheerleading, it's not a joke. It's serious. It's dangerous. The athleticism it requires, I think they get a bad rep, and I think it's ridiculous.
Misogyny at its finest. Okay.
Well, we saved possibly the weirdest topic, or maybe not, depending on what you like, for last. ketchup on eggs? Yay or nay? Okay, I'll start with this. I don't care. I hate eggs so much. The smell of cooking eggs it makes me nauseous. It makes me vomit. I hate the smell of cooked eggs. And anyone who eats eggs, you do you, baby girl. I don't care. I think it's disgusting. I hate the smell. I hate cooking it. If someone's eating an egg sausage McMuffin in the elevator with me, I'm holding my breath. And people put ketchup on them too. War crime. I'm very passionate about this. It's disgusting. Before I get too heated, how do you feel, please?
I don't mind eggs.
After me blowing up, screaming about how I hate eggs, how I hate people who eat eggs, you go, I don't mind them.
I think...
I'm sorry if I offended you.
No, I understand. It's not for everyone. I know several people who don't like them. I think, the whole, it smells like rotten eggs. That's a known bad smell.
I feel like any rotting food stinks. I think
not the point right now.
I'm sorry.
Not the point right now. But I like them. I'll order them with breakfast. I like that there's different types of eggs you can have. I would not personally eat ketchup on them. I'll do ketchup on my potatoes in the morning, but not on my eggs because I kind of think that's weird.
Yeah.
But that's all the time.
You have your chicken butt nuggets. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's all the time we have for today's show. Be sure to tune in next time for another episode of Hot Stuff. Remember, the conversations are always hot and the tea scalding. We're your hosts, Jessica and Jillian, and we'll see you next time.